Hey guys, welcome back to our summer healing journeys. I don't know what episode this is, but every time I get a revelation about something that I'm trying to heal from this summer, I'm going to share it with you because maybe it might help you too. So, for today's episode, I am in my exam week for school, so I already know it is going to be a lot and it's going to be very eventful. I don't want to say stressful because I don't claim that at all, but I know it's going to be very eventful. And so I decided to go on a fast for the 2 weeks that I'm doing my exam so that I can fully rely on God and know that He is in control, because every time I try to be in control, I mess things up for myself. So I just wanted to place everything in His hands, and I'm on day 1 of my fast, and of course the first day is always going to be the hardest. It's already super hard for me, and I got a revelation from something very minor, to be honest. I was in one of my classes, and we were doing one of our projects, and I was, number one, first red flag, I was looking at everybody else's sheet. So I was looking at everybody else's PowerPoint, like the slides they put together, and looking at everybody's presentations, and I was like, wow, like this looks so neat. It looks like, okay, basically the project was about a salon. Like you have to create your own salon, right? And I was looking at everybody's and I was like, wow, this looks exactly like how salons look like. This looks so real. And then I started getting discouraged, and I looked at mine and I was like, this looks too bold to be a salon. This looks too creative to be a salon. This looks too in your face to be a salon. Like, I'm looking at everybody else's and theirs looks super calm and nice, and then mine is just a completely different thing. And so some people around me noticed I was feeling discouraged, and they were like, what's wrong? And so I tell them, like, all of yours looks like what a salon is supposed to look like, but mine, it looks like different. And they said something to me. They said, there is literally nothing wrong with yours looking different. And I think that's the best part about it. Like, the fact that yours doesn't look like the typical salon, like, that's what catches my eye. Because I can see 1,000,001 presentations that all look the same. But when you play yours and it looks different, like, that's what I'm going to be paying attention to. And I realized that different is good, you know, doing differently, making things differently, like, there's nothing wrong with that. And I know it's easier said than done, but I was actually feeling so discouraged. I was like everyone's looks so typical and mine doesn't. And maybe that's the purpose and the passion and the talent that I carry. Maybe God created me so that I could be the one that sticks out in front of everybody else to show them that, yeah, things have always been done one way, but there's nothing wrong with changing it up. You know, and I never thought of it that way. And I know that I really need to stop this comparison thing, because when we compare ourselves to others, we dim our light. And when we compare ourselves to others, we lose sight of what makes us special. Because ultimately, while we're comparing ourselves to others, we're trying to match the way their lives look. We're trying to fit our lives based on how their lives look. That's what ultimately happens, right? And when we do that, we dim the thing that very thing that makes us special and unique. And, you know, I'm super scared for this presentation, and my tenses have been really high because I feel like I'm not going to be what they want. I feel like I'm not going to show what they want to see. But I guess that's what makes me different. And my reply to the questions is what's really going to solidify that when people ask questions at the end of the presentation. But yeah, different is good, you know. It's so hard. I literally understand it. It's so hard to be different in a world that is always mimicking each other. We're in a world where, You can go to Atlanta and you will just see like a row of girls in the exact same square feet, all looking the same, with the same bodies, with the same hair, with the same makeup, with the same bag. And we're so addicted to looking like other people. And I think the problem is we get inspired by other people. We like the certain things that other people do. So instead of just taking a piece of that and incorporating it into who we are and incorporating it into our style, what we do is we take the whole thing and we say, well, I like your hair, so now I want to look exactly like you because I like the way you look. Instead of saying, I love your hair, it inspires me to do the exact same thing, and then you do the same hairstyle, but maybe you make it a different color, or you change a swoop, or whatever the case may be. When we get inspired by people, we feel like that takes something away from us. And I don't know how else to explain it, but when we get inspired by people, somehow we feel like us being inspired takes something away from who we are, and it doesn't. It only just means that we come from the same God and we're like-minded and we're beautiful and we're different. And so that's something that I really struggle with, is just learning to be different and being confident in that. Because if I'm different in a way, but I'm not confident in that, then of course people are going to judge me. Of course people are going to doubt my vision. I don't even believe in my vision. But if I'm different and I believe in my vision, people are going to be like, wow, she has so much belief in this, and I want to see where that belief is going. And then you can show forth what you've been working towards, right? But there's no way we can do that if we don't even believe in ourselves and believe in the God that created us. I'm constantly trying to be in control of my life, but the truth is, my life isn't my own. The truth is, my life isn't mine. And so, yeah, I wanted to make this episode. I think it's so important. Different is good. There's nothing wrong with being different. It's what you do with that gift that you were given that makes a difference in this world. Not everybody liked the Y2K style, that edgy style. Like, not everybody liked that, but somebody was different and liked that style and brought it to the platform no matter what anybody else thought about it. And now everybody is jacking that style. Like, everybody likes that early 90s style. And it's like, people were not wearing that a couple years ago, a couple days ago. But now one person stepped out in something that they love to do, not caring who was watching them, not caring who was judging them. Now they stepped out in their light. Everybody's doing what they're doing. And that's how our world works. Until you're ready to bring a new idea there, a lot of people will judge you at first. But when they see that you stand firm in it, then you'll see, like, a couple days later, a couple months later, maybe even a couple years later, everybody will be doing it. So different is good.